Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be upon you. Welcome to Islam 101, Islam in a Nutshell course. In this course, we'll be going through basics of Islam. Now, Islam is on spotlight right now. All over the world, people want to know what this religion is, and there's a lot of misconception out there regarding the religion, regarding this faith of Islam. And the goal or the intention of this course is not to make somebody into a Muslim. That's, of course, is your decision at the end. But the key is to clearly convey the message, what the belief is when you say that I'm following the religion or the way of life of Islam, and when I say that I'm a Muslim, what does it mean? What does it take to become a Muslim? And do we even need to believe in God, or do we even need to be a Muslim? A lot of these questions come up in the daily lives of anybody, whether you're Muslim or not. Why am I here? How did I get here? Is there a purpose of my life? If you're a wise person, man or woman, and you're really using your mind and intellectually thinking about things around you, and how everything that you have, even this computer that you're watching this on, or your phone or pen that you're holding that you write with, and every single thing has a purpose. What about this complicated creation of human being? Does it have a purpose? So goal of this course is not to prove the existence of God. We can have more lessons on that, and that might take a little bit more time. In fact, just a side tangent, that Quran doesn't go in detail about proving the existence of God anyways, because it is part of a human, basically that's the way we were born. It's part of a human being that he's born with the belief of God, just like we're born with the act of breathing, and our heart is beating, and our blood is flowing. There's a lot of things that we're just born with, and one of the and basically every human being, regardless of which culture you belong to or which country you come from, that lying is wrong. These are just basic manners that are just inside of us, that we don't even need to be taught, that we're just born with that. And when one of those things is believing in God, it is basically part of a human being's nature, that he comes with the belief in God. And more on this later, but this course, again, this is a nutshell. We're not going into the existence of God, but the course is going to be on, what does Islam say about God? Without going into too much detail. Again, we can have more courses on that. This is a very basic nutshell course, Islam 101. So let's get started. First thing is, let's talk about what are we going to be covering in this course, and each of these points is going to have a lesson, and later on maybe we can even make a course on each of these points. But for now, just a very high level. Number one, when you say that you believe, you have two things. One is internal beliefs, okay? So such as, if you, let's say, donate money, right? Externally, you're donating money, but internally, what was your intention? What was your intention of giving this money? Was it to show off, or was it to really help out this poor person that you wanted to help out? So we're gonna go into internal belief. Anybody can say and claim to be a Muslim, and they can have all the rituals that they and say, yeah, we're a Muslim, but are they really Muslim? What you got to make sure that your internal belief system is correct. Now, what are those internal beliefs? There's 6 internal beliefs. Number 1 is believing in God himself. And Muslims, you might have heard this, and Muslims will call this God Allah. Believing in God. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2, believing in angels. More on that later. Number 3, believing in messengers. People who convey the message of God. Now, so God will send down angels. These are the people who are carrying the message, and they will bring down through the messengers, who are human beings. Let me just highlight that. They're human beings. They're not God or son of gods, or they're simply human beings, right? And different times were sent different messengers. More on that later, but these are the messengers. And then what are they bringing down? They're bringing down the scriptures, or the books. Basically a manual for humans to live their life for their time. Books, you can call them scriptures. And then we have, well, what are these books talking about? Okay, do good, stay away from bad. And if you do that, you're going to have this afterlife, this belief in afterlife. That's number 5. Okay. And this belief in afterlife can be talking about if you do good, where are you going to be? If you do bad, where are you going to be? Are you even going to be resurrected? Basically, if God can create you the first time, I'm sure he can bring you back the second time as well. And then that will be your afterlife. That life is going to be forever. Well, what does Islam believe about afterlife? We'll be covering that. And number 6 is the divine will. Okay? Divine will or decree of God. So these are the internal beliefs. Okay, very simple internal beliefs. Six major beliefs. Believe in God, believe in angels, believe in messengers who are human beings, believe in books or scriptures, believing in afterlife, that once you die, you will be resurrected, bring back to life, and then you'll be judged upon everything that you did. And then we also have to believe in the divine will and decree of God. Now, once you have these, belief, okay, fine, that's it. I guess I believe in all of this. There's no doubt about all of these 6 things that were mentioned. Okay, now what? What's the next step? Well, the next step is that now you are a Muslim. Okay, and basically it's the submission. Submission. Okay. Now, once you submit, basically submission means that now you say, yep, I believe in those 6 internal beliefs, I have no doubt about it. Now what? What's next? Now you can't just say, oh, I'm a Muslim and call it a day. There's something that's expected from you. Any conviction, any belief must lead to actions. And what are those actions? Number 1, don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself. Basically testify. Okay, so we have testimony of faith. Tell others. Don't keep it inside. Tell others that, yeah, I'm a Muslim. And then there's some conditions of this testimony of faith, which we will be covering. Conditions. Now, fine, I say it. Is that it? That was easy. I'm telling everybody that, yes, I testify that I'm a Muslim and everything is good. No, there's some other things that, besides the basic morals and there are some rituals that you must act upon, and that will require some type of sacrifice. And those are, number 2, prayer. Muslims pray different times of the day, different times of the week, different times of the year. Well, what are those prayers, right? So we'll be covering not how to pray, because that's not the intention of this course, but we'll get into the pillar of prayer, which is part of the submission. What about after that? Well, then we have fasting. You might have heard the month of Ramadan, right, where Muslims don't eat for 30 days. Well, no, it's not that they stay hungry for 30 days. They eat in the morning, and then they stay hungry throughout the day, and then they abstain or stay away from some of the things that which we'll discuss. But after that, they eat at sunset time. So this happens once a year, but we'll get into fasting as well and the purpose of it. Testimony, faith, prayer, fasting, and then we also have charity. Charity, okay, which is, okay, now all this money, this wealth that God is giving you, what are you doing with it? Are you just hoarding it, keeping it to yourself and not letting other people use it? Well, one option is you can go shopping and have the money circulate. But if there's a lot of money that you're just sitting on, it must be circulated in the economy. And how do we do that? How much of it you must give? We'll get into that. And then number 5, once in your lifetime, you have to do this act of pilgrimage, okay, which is to the holy city of Mecca, which is in the modern day of Saudi Arabia, once in your lifetime, if you're able to do so. And these are the 5 acts of submission that you must do. So besides that, so we got into 1, the internal belief in Islam. Number 2, and then what are those beliefs? Believing in God, believing in angels, believing in messengers, believing in scriptures, the day of judgment, afterlife, and then believing in the decree of God that anything good or bad happens is His will. Very simple, fine, got it. What's next? Well, the next step is now you must submit to God, testify, and there's some conditions of the testimony. You don't. It's just not mere words, but there's something that there are some conditions in order to really say that you are a Muslim. What else? Number 2, you must pray. You must give charity, you must fast, and you must also go to pilgrimage if you're financially and physically capable to do so once in your lifetime. So those are some of the acts that show your submission to God, and the fact that yes, you believe in all those 6 pillars of faith that I mentioned. Now, of course, the most important question is, well, what does Islam really mean? At a high level, Islam means submission. Okay, and then Muslim, so submission to who? God, not the way you feel like it, but the way He wants you to be. Okay, so it's not like, yeah, I think God is this and that, and I think God has a son and a wife and maybe a sister. God gives birth. He might have blonde hair, blue eyes. No, it's not the way you feel like it. It's the way God really wants you to believe in Him. Okay, and then once you know that, yep, this is the true way of God, you must submit to it, and that submission is called Islam. Okay, and then a Muslim, you can see it kind of sounds the same, Muslim, Islam, right? It also is a person who submits. So you can see that Islam is not named after like, let's say, Christians believe in the religion of Christianity. Judaism, they believe in Judah, and maybe it's named after a lot of the other religions will be named, like Buddhist will be named after Buddha, right? So a lot of religions are named after some person, but Islam is not called Mohammedans, right? Islam believes in the messenger, Prophet Muhammad, but it does not, it's not named after Prophet Muhammad. More on that later, but the key is Islam means submission, and a Muslim is person who submits. So now join the course. Let's look at all the lessons. We'll have a lesson on each of those pillars of faith, those 6 pillars of faith, and the 5 pillars of submission, which is basically Islam. And we'll see you in our lessons. Thank you for watching.